What's up, Rad Dads? Welcome back to another episode of the Rad Dads podcast, hosted by none other than the two raddest dads on the East Coast. In studio tonight, we have a special guest. His name's Rob.
No, funny guy. No, we don't have any special guests, just me and Sal, the old ball and chains here with me. And
he's got jokes tonight.
Oh, where is it? Hit it up. Where is it?
Oh, I don't know. Pick one of your chicken scratch. There we go.
There we go. So we are going to be. Thank you, Sal.
Rob, what are we talking about tonight, Rob?
We will be talking about fantasy football because that's one of my favorite topics.
Mine too.
And Sal's too. And we will be talking about back to school for middle schoolers.
Yeah. For middle schoolers.
For middle schoolers in between us. So I think it'll be a good topic.
Not like really in between us. They're actually home.
You know what I mean, you weirdo. So, as always, we will wrap up the show with a bourbon tasting.
Yes, we have a special one tonight.
Yeah.
Super special. It was like a diamond in the rough. Maybe. It's the first time I've seen it.
I've never seen it before, so
it is a diamond in the rough.
Diamond in the rough of rye. We're not big rye fans, but you will hear about it later.
We are tonight.
All right, so Sal, let's talk about your fantasy football team. How is it doing?
Oh, fucking fantastic. Since we drafted the day after the season started, I'm fucking slaughtering it. One of my guys is already out and down for the count. Something Lazard. Or Lazard.
Lazard, yes, it is Lazard.
Fuck you pronounce his last name. He's out. He's down and out. Look, honestly, man, I didn't do as much research as I should have done this year as I've done in previous years. So I, for lack of a better word, went in blind. I relied on CBS Sports list of top 50 running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, and quarterbacks and defense. So I'm hoping that they were right and everyone else in our draft was wrong.
I mean, our draft is we have a hometown league where we allow trading of draft picks, which just throws everything. It makes it a very interesting draft because any cheat sheet is going to be wrong. We have two keepers. You can draft any draft pick. Starting this year, you can no longer trade your first-round draft pick, which kind of makes it a little bit different.
Phew.
But
I'm not giving away Mark Bavaro.
Yeah, there were three teams with 2 first-round draft picks this year, myself being one of them. But that's part of the fun. It's people like it. It's fun. It's goofy. It's only $100, and we have a good time.
No, it's definitely a good time, especially for dude. I'm like, I don't want to say I'm not into football. I am extremely busy on Sundays with sports, and it's my kids. And by the time I get home and actually sit down, I got to help the kids with homework. It's something other than me being able to watch football. Now, some may say, well, you should put your foot down. You need you time. Dude, me time is spending time with my kids. And if I can squeeze in a football game, I'll squeeze in a football game. But watching how some of the guys on draft night with their books, their magazines, their notes, their printed out sheets, and like studying who's got who and who's picking what and trying to figure out who's gonna pick who next. It was interesting. It was fun to watch.
What are you saying? Why are you commenting about how I do my draft?
You were just sitting there like, fuck, it's my turn.
I run the whole thing, yes. So I have to pay attention.
You did.
So I can't even worry about my own strategy. So I'm the commissioner of the league, and
the commish.
And it definitely, I have to pay more attention to the draft than the overall draft than my individual draft, which is fine. I enjoy it. We have a good time. We get together. We eat. We have some bourbon, some beers. We draft. It's a good time.
So this is how much I don't know about football. So I'm going through, sitting with Rob, and I'm going through all my players. I said, yo, I got 4 wide receivers and 2 running backs. I got to pick up another running back. He goes, well, who are your wide receivers? So I list them off. He goes, you fucking idiot. That guy's a running back.
I forgot about that.
He's not a wide receiver. I was like, what do you mean? I said, I got him listed here as a wide receiver. He goes, no, you're fucking wrong. He's a running back. I was like, shit. No, I got to scoop up another wide receiver if there's anyone left. And Lazard was, oh my God, that was a nice catch.
So in the background, we have on the Monday night game because Sal is in a very, very close race right now for his week 1 game. I already lost both my leagues, but Sal's only down 6. So
6 points.
6 points. He has Sutton, and the other guy has Metcalf and A-OK.
Wow. A-OK. That's his name?
Yeah, I can't pronounce his last name.
Oh.
One of the tight ends from Denver.
Is that what they call him? A-OK?
I call him A-OK.
Oh. So, and you know what? I have fun doing it. And if I win, great. I think I won second place the first year, which was awesome. And I've lost ever since. What about you? How do you feel about your fantasy football?
I felt great until after week 1, and I lost all my games. There was a lot of busts. Derrick Henry was a bust, which pisses me off because I didn't really like him, but the tool I used suggested him over some other people. I actually wish I got Joe Mixon, who you have.
Who I picked up.
Yeah, or the guy right behind me picked up Swift. Going into it, I actually wanted Kelsey and one of the wide receivers, Diggs, and I didn't get that chance because the guy I had 2 picks, 7 and 9, and the guy in between me picked Diggs. I picked Kelsey, and then he picked up Diggs. So it is what it is.
I was number 11 in the draft.
Yep.
I had the 11th pick, which was freaking horrible.
Yeah, but you didn't have a bad draft.
No, I didn't get my grade from Yahoo yet.
Yes, you did. Hold on. Your grade was, yes.
Probably a fucking F like all the other years.
Your grade was, where is it? I'm still scrolling.
No,
it's just it was a B.
I got
that bad.
Wow, look at that.
There's a bunch of us who got B's.
But I didn't get the email, so they must have missed me. Unless
Biggest steal, Dawson Knox.
Huh?
Biggest reach, Treylon Burks. I'll trade you. I'll trade for Treylon Burks.
I'll take 2 of your quarterbacks.
Hold on. I'm going to look at your team right now. Let's see. So Sal's team, let's read it off. We got Matthew Stafford. We got Gabe Davis, which I love. He's got Treylon Burks, also love. He's got Cortland Sutton. Your wide receivers are really good. Then you got Chase Edmonds and Miles Sanders. I don't love Miles Sanders, I'll tell you, but he did have a good week for you. He has Dawson Knox, tight end, and then he's playing Joe Mixon in the flex. Not a bad
lineup.
Not a bad lineup.
But I'm still losing.
Yeah, because Dawson Knox didn't do anything week 1. Sutton's playing right now. I assume Sutton will get you probably 15 points. We do play in a PPR, so you should be okay there. But I mean, your team is good. Your team is actually pretty well off to make a run this year, I think.
We shall see. Joe Mixon had a great game.
Yeah, he did.
Points wise.
Yeah, I'll trade you. Actually, I may trade you something. Let's look at this. So I have the backup for Las Vegas running back, and you have the Las Vegas running back. He didn't score any points, so it would be complete speculation. But
so you want to give me a dud?
I want to give you a dud.
Kid, sign me up. Go ahead. Let's make the trade.
I don't even know who I would. Oh, there's no flag on that. Oh, I'm surprised. I don't know. I don't know if you would take anything I would offer because the guy hasn't scored any points. So, I mean, you started Treylon Burks. Damn. I love Cortland Sutton.
So overall, I think it's a good time. It's a great guys' night out. It's a great, it's a good time to get together with guys that there were 2 new guys this time. No, one.
One.
The guy Manny.
Yeah.
Whose place did he take? Oh,
Mike.
Yeah. So yeah, it's fun. It's a good time. You meet a bunch of different guys, different personalities. The personalities get more interesting as the night goes on.
That's true.
As the booze keeps flowing. So it's fun. It's a good time. Cigars, bourbon, beer, barbecue. You can't beat that.
Yeah, we had a great host this time. He smoked 4 racks of ribs, made mac and cheese, had some turkey and cheese wrap. Someone else brought cookies. It was really good. I mean,
it was a good time. It was a good
Ray
time.
actually does a very good job of hosting, so
yeah.
much appreciated.
Good times.
We couldn't do a whole episode on fantasy football. Sal doesn't know enough.
No, I can't talk stats or people. That's not me. I'll just sit here and nod my head.
Yeah.
Or I'll just drink. You know what? Let's do that. You talk stats and football, and I'll just finish that bottle.
I'm trying to figure out how I can trade my dud for one of your good guys.
They like that.
They
like it.
So, not to mention, I scored 152 points and still lost in our league. Friggin' ridiculous. I outscored everybody but 2 people, and one of those people were the person I was playing. So, it happens. It happens. All right. So, one of the things, obviously, we are in September. We haven't recorded in a couple of weeks. We actually, Labor Day? Yes, Labor Day, and some other things were going on, so we weren't able to get into the studio. But the other thing we want to cover is back to school. Now, I have my first middle schooler. Sal has his third. So I felt it was important to kind of cover, what you go through when you have a middle schooler and how to handle, them on their change of schools. And, just it's completely changed, right? Elementary is very, very lax. And, the kids kind of they go to school. They don't have a lot of homework. I don't think.
They haven't had diddly squat.
Yeah.
But if you got so what we do is what's big for them is locker day. I don't know if you guys have locker day or your kids have locker day. If your child is going into middle school next year, hype it up. It's a great thing. If you got a daughter, they like decorating. Find out what pictures they want to print it out to hang in their locker. My wife goes a little crazy. She goes in there with Clorox wipes and she wipes down the lockers. But my oldest daughter, she had battery powered lights. So like stringy lights, she had them in her locker. So it's a fun experience for the girls. It is a combination lock, so I highly recommend you going out and get a master lock from the dollar store and just have them practice the combinations, just so that they're proficient or expert when they get into school. Because
that's actually a really good hint. That's what we did too. We went out and bought a combination lock and had that, and by the time he got to middle school, he was fine.
So when I was my first locker as a kid, they gave me my combination, right? So it's 3 numbers, and I don't remember what the numbers are. I'm just going to make the numbers up: 11, 22, 36. So stupid me, I'm going 1, go back around, 1. So instead of doing 11, I was doing 1. I was taking it 6 numbers instead of 3 numbers. So finally, I asked the teacher. I said, "This is not working." And then they showed me. So yeah, get the lock, get a master lock. A couple bucks. It saves your child some embarrassment on their first day. I know locker day. That's what it's used for them to get used to their combinations. But it's also a time for them to, put their needs, what they're going to need in their locker: mirror, pictures of the family, dog, or whatever. Just something to decorate. And I don't even think they have a hook in there, do they? For their jackets?
I assume they do, but I didn't look inside.
I think my kids said that there's no hook. So if your kids don't have a hook, just go to Home Depot, get that big magnet with a hook on it so they can hang their jacket or whatnot. But yeah, it make a hype up locker day. It's real fun and important for the kids. I know that when it's somebody's birthday, they go in extra early and they decorate the locker with all kinds of goods.
Who does?
So tomorrow, my middle daughter, she's like, "Dad, I got to be at school at 7:25. I said, 7? I said, "What the hell are you doing at school at 7:25? It's so-and-so's birthday. We got to decorate her locker." I was like, "Oh, okay." And they did it last year too. They do Post-its. They do streamers. It's fun. It's, they do a big happy birthday thing. Obviously nothing permanent. It's got to be, you got to be able to take it off. But yeah, it's fun. But preparing your kid for middle school, I don't even, other than saying it's going to be okay. I mean, in our town, we got 2 schools that combine to 1. So, and both my kids were exposed to both elementary schools because when we moved and we switched them, so they kind of knew who the people going into middle school were because they had half at the one school. So how do you prepare your kid for middle school? I mean, other than, hey, you know, you're going to be fine, you're going to do fine. Hyping them up on locker day, getting them excited for locker day is definitely one of them. But coming down to the day where you got to take them to school, it's definitely going to be challenging. Whether you walk them or drive them.
So that's killer, right? You don't live far from the school, but that first day was a nightmare in town. Nightmare. So there were people pulling out of the middle school going left, which you're not supposed to turn left.
And that, you see those cones? Because people are fucking assholes. Because there's a sign right across the street that says you can't make a left between these times, but they're special. They feel that it doesn't fucking apply to them. Make the fucking right and go around. If you're late to fucking work, then maybe you should have got to the school a little bit earlier.
Exactly.
No, but I've been stuck in that before, where people are trying to make that left.
Dude, it was ridiculous. I couldn't believe it.
Horrendous.
I was surprised there's not a cop there that just hands out tickets. That's what I would do.
I'm surprised at a lot of things.
But yeah, I would say, I don't know, the boys, at least my son wasn't really into locker day. He was like, meh, throw my books in there. They look fine. I'm like, great, here we go. Me. That's all I need. No, like, not really organized, just threw his books in there. Like, it's the same thing I do.
So one of oldest of my middle daughter's guy friends that we're fairly friendly with, I asked him about locker day. He goes, I opened my locker, I threw my stuff inside, and that was it.
Yeah, exactly. That's how my son was too. Actually, I took him to go get his stuff because there was a certain time he had to go pick up the laptop and everything.
Right.
So I went and did that in between meetings, and then my wife took him later to.
Did you get like the extra shelf?
I don't think so.
We get the extra shelf. So you know what's screwy about our school is there's 2 different size lockers.
Yes, there is.
Which is I don't understand, but whatever. There's lockers that are only 6 inches wide, and then there's lockers that are 10 to 12 inches wide.
Yeah. What
the hell you fit in a 6-inch wide locker?
No idea.
There you go. The difference between boys and girls. My girls are all about the whole decorating and stickers, and maybe you can do sports team with your kids. You know, put their favorite sports team banner in there or flag or something. But yeah, my kids are all about the decorating. I need something to hold my hair ties. I need something, mirror and I guess it's like trunk or treat. Who's got the best looking trunk during Halloween?
Yeah, we never went to that either.
Well, you guys are just boring, aren't you?
Well, no, we went to
I know. I'm just kidding.
We went when they were small to whatever we do in town, but like they weren't into it. They'd rather just go with their friends. They run up and down the street. After like 2 streets, they're done. And then I take the candy and I dump it in the garbage.
So, but I like our school's new approach to not giving as much homework. I like that approach.
Who?
The school.
Really?
Yeah, they changed it. They're not giving that much homework.
So even this year, there's not going to be that much homework?
It shouldn't be, no.
That's ridiculous.
They feel that they should be doing it in school. There's gonna be some homework, not a whole lot of homework. I remember when I was a kid, I had hours of homework.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Math, reading, all that good stuff. But it kind of makes you think. Them changing how they do things and not giving that much homework, is that a good idea because of what happened during COVID by setting the kids back for that the homeschooling or the virtual remote learning? So I don't know. Is it a good idea?
We'll find out. But I think we kind of beat this to a pulp.
I think so.
I think
what's that saying, Rob? Stop beating the dead horse.
It's time.
Time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. For those of you who remember that song, kudos to you. If you have no idea what I was saying, I apologize. Look it up. It's time for the percolator. All righty. So Do it one more time, Rob. It's that time. It's about damn time. So we are tasting tonight. It is Kentucky Owl, the Wiseeman straight whiskey. Look at my cheat sheet here. I did Kentuck own.
Nice, nicely done.
I didn't do any spell checking there. So alcohol classification, it is a straight rye whiskey. Distillery is Bardstown Bourbon. Proof is 100.8 proof, 50.4 alcohol by volume, 50.4% alcohol by volume. Age, minimum of 4 years. Filtration undisclosed. Mash bill, 95% rye, 5% malted barley. Did you know that they won the gold medal at the San Francisco Spirits Competition in 2022?
Now I do.
Yes. So they won the gold medal. Rightfully so. I think so. Color is burnt amber. Price point anywhere between $59 and $69. If someone is asking for more than $69, you can tell them to go shove it. History, the Wiseman whiskey is part of the Kentucky Owl family of whiskeys. Wiseman, here's another spelling error. I got Wideman. Wiseman Rye made their debut in April of 2022. Its brother or sister, the bourbon, made its debut on the market in 2021. So they have a Wiseman bourbon, which I have never seen, but they also, this rye, Wiseman Rye, just made its debut recently, April of this year. I was actually surprised to find it. Nose and aroma, apricots, caramel, tasting notes. I get a strong taste of caramel and the rye spice.
Yeah, the rye is pretty strong.
Well, I mean, it's 95%. You know what? But given that this is 95% rye, it doesn't punch you in the face. I've had high ryes before where it just like, dude, burns my fucking nose hairs. It doesn't punch me in the nose, which, I like it. Finish, slight burn, caramel flavor lingers a bit, but definitely enjoyable. It does let you know that it's still hanging around and in your mouth, but it's not like it burns from the back of your throat down to your toes. What are you laughing at, Rob? What are you thinking of? Come on, go ahead.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Overall, I enjoyed it. I think it's actually rather tasty. So, Rob, I'm going to give it a 6.5, Rob.
Oh, wow. Really?
6.5, yes.
So I think the taste is pretty good. Definitely has a burn, really has a burn. So I think the finish is going to be on the lower end for me, but the taste is overall pretty good. So I'm going to do a 2. I think the price is okay. It was like a 2 there, so that's 4. And the finish, it's a real hard burn. So with the finish, I'm gonna go 1. I'm gonna give it a 5.
See, look, two different guys, two different palates. He's got a real hard burn, which I don't think it's that
in your chest. You don't feel it?
No,
it's opening.
Yeah,
it's like hello.
So instead of albuterol, we can use the Wiseman Rye whiskey.
It's a nice, yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of ryes, but I will tell you something that we saw when we started looking at this. This distillery is very interesting. If you look at the label, it shows 3 pyramids, the distillery where the rick houses are, the warehouses. It's very unique. It looks like a destination. Yep. So if you get a chance to go to Bardstown, right? Bardstown, right?
Bardstown Distillery.
Bardstown Distillery.
Yes.
Which is only, I don't think
it's a Kentucky Owl.
It's product. Kentucky Owl. So if you go to Kentucky Owl, I mean, it looks amazing. It's out of Kentucky, obviously. But if you get a chance to go there, I highly recommend it. I've never been. Maybe we'll do one of our recordings there.
One of our tours.
Yeah, we need to do it.
It's a cool looking bottle. They got inscribed on the side the Wiseman.
And in the back, it says, indulge in the wisdom and knowledge of fine whiskey. I will tell you, on the back, there's a lot of different seals, right? You would say seals with like different things. Like you would see a shield or a seal.
So not like seals from the ocean. Like
yeah, and not the Singer seal. Fucking dick. Yeah. So, and there's an owl in there. So definitely interesting. I will give it a 5. I actually do like it, but I'm not a fan of ryes, and I'm not a fan of a lingering burn. Sal is saying he doesn't get one, maybe because he's had like 3 sips, but that may be the case as well. I don't know.
So you're saying this is more like a Vicks vapor rub for you? It opens up your sinus cavity.
It's definitely opening it up. So.
So that's weird because, like I said, 2 different palates, and you're experiencing one thing and I'm experiencing another, which is I'm not right, you're not right, I'm not wrong, you're not wrong. So which is cool. So anyone out there, he's getting the Vicks vapor rub effect where it opens up your sinus cavity, and I'm getting it's a nice drink. And just if you know what, we didn't mention a third glass here, Rob.
What'd you get from the third glass? I still got the spice from the third glass. What'd you get?
It's not as pronounced. You got to really stick your schnoz in there and smell it. It's like disappearing.
That's weird because before when I stuck my nose in there, the spice was strong. But now you're right. It's kind of it's disappearing.
I wonder what that is.
It smells like a nuttiness
attributed to. You're fucking nutty.
Yeah, we've already been over this.
But hold on. I wonder what that's attributed to, because there's some bourbons, right? Like
there's a minty smell in here too.
That's my gum.
You spit it in there. That's great.
I spit my gum in there. So
glad we're not using my glasses.
So Joseph Magnus, I had a glass of Joseph Magnus. I got a bottle of that, and I had a glass one night, and I finished it, and we were watching a movie.
I thought it was
the glass, not the bottle. Sorry. Oh. Dude, if I finish the bottle, that's bad news. That's 120 proof.
Nice.
That's
right on your ass.
Oh yeah. So the glass sat there for probably well over an hour, and you can still smell the aroma from the glass. It was just amazing. But this one, it's been sitting for, I don't know, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's dissipating,
and it's almost gone, which is disappointing. But I wonder what contributes to the aroma lingering longer on the glass. What makes it? What makes that aroma stick to that glass? Like it's not sticking to this glass.
No, but that's the first time we've had that where it kind of dissipates.
No, it's happened before.
When? Which one? Name me a bourbon, sir.
It's happened a few times, which was disappointing as well. Trying to get Rob's attention here because he's glued to the television.
I'm rooting on Sal's team.
Me too.
All right. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Rad Dad Show. Tune in next time where we will have a special guest.
All our guests are special, Rob.
And so is one of our hosts. There he is.